There are two types of crypto investors out there. Those that know how to identify and buy winners before anyone else, and those that know how to buy expensive tokens. Buying expensive tokens is easy. I mean, just ask Fred. But spotting the winners and buying them before everyone else does is like a science. So today on Crypto Banter, we're going to have a science lesson. No, Fred. Today on Crypto Banter, we're going to have a science lesson. We're going to teach you the science of identifying the trends and picking the winners. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle that magic Crypto Banter sauce. We're going to add the fundamentals to the technicals. And we're going to tell you which tokens have the best entry points. Big, big, big show today. And by the time you leave the show today, you better be a winner. Even Fred is going to be a winner by the time the show is finished. Even Fred. So people have told me to stop picking on Fred. Okay, Fred, we're going to stop picking on you. Actually, before we stop picking on you, what we're going to do? Hold on, we got to do this, and we got to go here, and we got to see how Fred's love is doing. Holy moly! Fred, what have you done? Even Fred can't believe it. Even Fred can't believe it that Trias is up to $9.26. Guys, welcome back. I'm Crypto Man Run. I come to you every day, 10 a.m. EST, and then a few hours before that, 6 a.m. EST. We bring you 2 shows a day, and we're going to bring you many, many, many more shows a day. So if you're new to our community, welcome. Here's the red carpet. Where the hell have you been? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to our channel. I'll tell you why you got to subscribe to our channel, because we are the only channel that brings you the banter bags. Yes, you've heard this a million times before. What are the banter bags? Fred, play that video thing. Okay, so the banter bags started off as like a fun little project of us wanting to give you guys $10,000. But we figured like $10,000 for the whole community isn't that exciting. And we didn't want to give you a Bitcoin on Ethereum because other people are doing that. So we said we'd take $10,000 and we'd invest it in pre-market allocations, the type of market allocations that you guys ordinarily couldn't get your hands onto. So we used our influence and we managed to get you guys these pre-market allocations. And today, the value of the banter bags is, okay, this is what Fred, who told you that I invested in NFTb? I was going to leave it as a surprise. Okay, let's try that again, Freddie. So today, the value of the banter bags is, Fred, don't pull up that slide because you're going to give away a surprise. Okay, it's a lot of money. I'll tell you why. I kind of got addicted to investing in these pre-market allocations for you guys. And I can't stop. I've got this addiction. And I invested yesterday in DeFi. And we're going to talk about DeFi later today. Great, great, great project. And now you can call up the slide because now you've given away the whole secret. So now we can call up the slide. So this is what we've invested in. And Marshall, which we love. We're going to talk about it later. ShopX, AOS, Deeper Network. We love Deeper Network. Rocket Vault Finance, Ocam, Refinable, Charlie 3, the Oracle solution on Cardano. More, Orao, all these amazing projects. Today, I made 2 more investments. Even though I said, like, I'm going to stop investing. I made an investment in NFTb. And I did it just before the show. And I'll tell you why I did that. I saw yesterday, I showed you guys a chart of all Binance Labs investments. Freddie, did you have that chart? So I showed you this yesterday, and I showed you the reason why I called up the slide in the first place was because I saw EPNS, which is Ethereum Push Notification Services. You know that we love that. We think that's a massive building block of the blockchain because the blockchain natively doesn't have notifications. So even if you're being hacked, you don't know that you're being hacked, let alone when you receive money, you don't know that you're receiving any money, which is crazy. So for us, EPNS it was like a real winner. And that's really what I was showing you yesterday. And then I saw that in May, Binance made an investment into NFTb. And I started wondering what this NFTb was. And I read up a whole lot of stuff about it. And it looks like it's another NFT marketplace on Binance. And so I got hold of the team today. I was like, guys, look, we're doing this Banter Bags competition. The Banter Bags is changing lives. And it really is changing people's lives. We have selected, how many winners already? 5, 6. We had Christian Z. We had Irfan. We had Blaine. Who? Ed. Okay, we had Ed. Bronte. Okay, and then we decided today that we're actually going to give one of the bags to charity. And since we decided to give something to charity, we've been inundated with you guys helping us decide what charity to give it to. So we've kind of narrowed it down to 3 things that, and I really want you guys to tell us what we should give it to, because, you know, charity is so important, guys. At least 10% of whatever you make must go to a charity, to those less fortunate. So we've narrowed it down to 3. And there's a good reason for each one of the 3. So the first one that we think we want to do is to give it to kids with cancer. And the reason why I say kids with cancer is because I had a great childhood. I'm sure a lot of you guys had a great childhood. I don't think that any child should suffer with cancer. And, you know, if they're going to be put on this earth and at such a young age have to deal with something so traumatic, I think we should be able to do anything we can to help them. So one is kids with cancer. The second one is to help India in their fight against COVID, because I don't know if you guys have seen the horrific footage of what's going on in India, but we love India as a channel. We think that India is the hub of blockchain, and the smartest people in the world live in India, the smartest engineers. In fact, India could pioneer the blockchain revolution. But right now, they're facing a horrific COVID outbreak, and their hospital systems can't handle it. And if you've ever been to India, you'll know that it's very hard to quarantine and to isolate people in India. And that's making the problem a whole lot worse. So the second option is to give it to an Indian charity that can help against the fight for COVID. The third one is a very interesting one, and that is around fertility treatment for women. We got some great applications here, fertility treatments for women. And that was to help women who can't fall pregnant, because I guess the biggest gift in the world is to have a child. And there's a lot of women that are put on this earth but struggle to fall pregnant. And it causes them a lot of, you know, emotional damage and stuff like that. And so I guess what we want to hear from you is where you would put the money. Once you tell us where you would put the money, we'll do the rest. And that's, like, for me, really what the Banter bags is about. It started off as like this cool giveaway, and now it's about changing lives. And I think that yesterday we changed someone else's life. We changed Charmaine's life. I don't know if you remember, but we were scrolling through Twitter and I just picked a name at random and I said, hey, Charmaine, you've won the Banter bags. And guys, I want to introduce you to Charmaine. Charmaine, are you there? Charmaine. Ah, there she is. Charmaine, can you hear us?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, we can't hear you. Let's try it. Can you hear us?
I can.
Ah, okay, your picture's frozen. Freddie, can you see something? It's a lovely smile. Your picture is stuck on a lovely smile. Can we do this? Can you log off and log on again, and we'll bring you back in a second when you log off and log on again. How's that? All right, so we're gonna remove Charmaine. She's gonna log on again, but she was a winner in the Banter bags competition, and completely unassuming winner. She didn't have any idea that she was gonna win. How do you win the Banter bags, guys? Like our channel, subscribe quickly, because by the time we get to 250,000 subscribers, we've got to give away the Banter bags. That's the live subscriber count. So if you're new to our channel, now is a great time to start subscribing. Subscribe. Come on, do it. Let's bang the subscribe button. Let's break the YouTube algorithm. Let's share this content. There's 10,500 of you on the stream. How many likes have we got, Freddie? Okay, Freddie's checking the likes. Let us talk about what else is happening on the show. Let me see what else is happening today on the show. So, tomorrow, remember, tomorrow is Big Friday Banter. We've got a massive banter here tomorrow. We've got BitBoy, we have got Elio, we have got Casey, we have got Mr. Biz, and we've got Wolf Crypto. And we're going to put on the biggest banter ever. Last week was the biggest one we've ever done. This week has to beat last week. That's just the way that it works. Then also tomorrow, we may do a video. And if it's not going to be tomorrow, we're finally going to show you the video that you guys have all been waiting for. Fred, you know what that video is? That's the one. We're going to reveal Sniper's story to you. I'm going to tell you how I find the Sniper, tell you what he was doing before crypto, tell you how quickly he learned crypto. Now, I think that when you hear the Sniper story, it's going to motivate you guys, because who would have thought that in just 1 year, Sniper could have become like this crypto master. And he is a master. I mean, he doesn't get anything wrong. I've tested him a few times. He even, oh goodness, he even spoke about this thing that Fred's trading. And he said it's going to like 18 bucks. I don't know where you guys are getting your info. It's obviously great info, and I'm going to lose a bet because of this thing. I know what's going to happen. See, we've got Charmaine back. Charmaine, are you back? Oh,
Yes, I am.
We've got such bad. Ah,
Can you
well
hear me?
done. Welcome back. We can. Welcome back. Welcome back. Charmaine, you
Okay,
are the winner.
you.
You are the 5th winner in the Banter Bags competition. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't expect
How did you
to win,
find out?
actually.
How did you find out that you
Well,
won?
my husband. Actually, I normally just check the updates on WhatsApp, and then I started getting some messages from sort of random people to say that I've won, but I thought it was a spam. So my son just came in from university, and I was saying I've got some strange people spamming me. So he blocked all the the people that was on my Twitter, and then I sort of emailed it, Twitter you back to ask if that was the case. And then you said yes, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I mean, even now, I can't believe it.
How long have you been watching Crypto Banter for?
Half. My husband's been watching longer than myself.
Amazing. Charmaine, what we're going to do, you got a very bad connection. I think what we'll do is get her back tomorrow and and just test the connection first. Make sure that we got it, because it's a very bad connection. But in the meantime, well done. Well done. You seem like a very worthy winner. We love our community. We love you. We'll chat to you tomorrow. We'll get you back on the show. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the bad sound quality. Nothing we can do about that. All right. So tomorrow, as I said to you, we have Sheldon's story. Today, later in the show, we have one of our favorite people in the world, and that is, of course, Coach K. Coach K is back on the show. Anything else before we get into... Oh, okay. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Yeah, so Fred says there's lots of scammers in the community. There's a Donkey Finance spammer. Donkey Finance is not live, guys, and you can't be buying Donkey Finance yet, so it's not happening. We're not selling any courses, so please, guys, don't fall for these scams. Don't fall for these scams. I also see I do have super chats. I promise you I'm going to get to all the super chats one by one, but let's get on with the show today. First, I want to get the elephant out of the room, and that is everybody's asking me about my tweet. And this is a tweet that I posted last night, and I think it's very important that we talk about this today, because Crypto Banter is not for sale. And I'll tell you where this stemmed from. We invested in a project, as we do with many, many projects. And we got a phone call from that project. And on that call, the project asked us for a marketing plan on our channel for their project. And I was like, marketing plan? What do you mean marketing plan? We're not for sale. We don't sell marketing. You'll never see a token ever being advertised or marketed on Crypto Banter. We don't even allow tokens to spend advertising money on Crypto Banter at all, because that's a conflict of interest. And what they said was that if we couldn't produce a marketing plan for them on our channel, they would opt to return the allocation that we invested. And so the message for me is very clear. Crypto Banter is not for sale. We may or may not invest in your project. And even if we invest in your project, it doesn't mean that you'll be featured on the station. Because our first loyalty is actually to our community. And we will only showcase tokens that we think are doing good stuff and that our community deserve to hear about. And no matter how much people hold a gun to our head, no matter how much people hold money in front of our eyes and say, we're willing to give you money to feature our token on your show, and we get many of these, no matter how much they want to pull our investment, we are not for sale. So what we did with this token, which is exactly what we're going to do with every other token that holds a gun to our head, we are going to just get our investment back and let the token move on to their merry little way. That is the ethics of Crypto Banter. I know that there are other influencers and YouTubers out there that do accept money for reviews. Well, we're not one of them. The most important thing for us is that you know that when we're talking about something, it's because you deserve to hear it and because we really believe in the token. And if we invest in something and we think it is good, we're going to show it to you. If we invest in something and we don't think that it's good, we're not going to show it to you. Regardless of how much our investment is, if we've made a bad decision, we're not going to get you involved in our bad decisions. We're never, ever going to feature any token on the show just because we're invested, and certainly not because the token can pay, because we don't have that option. We don't have a pay for exposure, and we don't have an advertising for token option on our channel. Tokens are not allowed to advertise here. That keeps us in check and make sure that every time that you hear us talking about something, you believe it. I know that there are other YouTubers out there who do get paid. And then you get them making these dedicated videos about a token. And some of you don't know that they've been paid to influence, or that's what the deal was. We're not that station, guys. We will invest in tokens, and clearly we will support the investments that we make. But we will never do it at the expense of the community. And if a token is not delivering, if they're not doing cool shit, we're not going to have them on the show, regardless of how much money we invested. And if they want to return our money, return our money. But guess what? Every time that we talk about a token, you know you can trust what we're saying, because number one, we ourselves invested in it. And number two, we are willing to put your money into it. And when I say your money, I know my mom and dad are watching the show. I know my uncles and my brothers are watching the show. And when they phone and tell me, what are we doing in crypto? How are we investing our crypto money? You know what I say to them? Watch the show. When my best friends phone me and say, how are we investing our crypto money? I say, watch the show. Because what I do is actually the show. I don't do things that are not on the show. Very, very, very rarely do I make a trade that's not on the show, because I'm transparent. I told you that I was buying Solana before I bought Solana. You guys front ran me. That's cool. Guys, I want to be able to look you in the eye in the bear market and say, we did everything that we could to make money, and we made a lot of money. And I never, ever, ever want you to question our integrity. And so if that means that projects are going to refund us our investment, refund it. If you don't want us on your cap table, no problem. If you do, I think we're great partners. But we're never, ever, 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 ever going to feature you on the show just because we invested. I don't need the money. I don't need the money. This station is going to maintain its credibility. This station is not for sale. Not me, not Fred, not Sheldon, none of our producers, none of our designers, and none of our community managers. And if you ever suspect foul play, mail me directly. It's run@cryptobanter.com. You mail me directly. I want to know about it. But otherwise, make sure that you know that everything that we cover is covered in the best of integrity. That's it. If you like that attitude, hit us up with a like. Let me have a drink of water. Okay, Freddie, what are we doing? How many likes? 8.5, okay, 8.5, 12,500 people, 4,000 people don't want to win the banter bags. Absolutely, absolutely crazy. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this, and let's talk about identifying winners. Because identifying winners, as I said to you, is a science. It's easy to buy tokens after they've run. And how many times have you guys bought tokens and thought, am I buying this after the tokens actually run? I mean, I do it sometime as well, or at least I did it. But then I realized that the smartest investors have a roadmap. And what these smart investors actually do is they find a way to understand the narratives that are about to play out. So I kind of think that these smart investors know what the next narrative is. Now, we called this for you guys. When it happened with Bitcoin, and then we said to you, look, the next narrative is Ethereum, sell your Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. And then we said to you, look, start trading out of your Ethereum and buy new narratives. And in this case, we said to you, buy DeFi. And specifically within DeFi, we found a sub-narrative. And that sub-narrative was oracles. And then we also said to you guys, buy some other narratives. Look at some other narratives. How are we doing this? How is it that we are understanding and seeing the narratives before they happen? Well, the truth is it's a little bit of experience and a little bit of being strategic, mapping out, creating this like investment roadmap. The difference between the winners and the losers is the people that can understand the investment roadmap. And then the difference between the winners and like the big winners, the crazy winners, is the guys that can identify what the catalyst is going to be to spark the next narrative. So get it? What you're basically looking for is you're saying, what are the next narratives in this altcoin run? And then you're saying, what is the catalyst going to be to spark that narrative? And if you can preempt that catalyst, then you can get into the narrative early, just in time, bang, the catalyst happens, and then the narrative explodes, and so do your investments. And as it explodes, you take your money out and you put it somewhere else. That is the difference between being a crypto winner and then being some arsehole that just keeps buying expensive tokens late in the cycle, and then keep going, I missed that one, and I missed that one, and I missed this one, and I missed this one. The difference is having a narrative. And I want to show you something. I keep showing this to you, but it's important. So let me quickly call it up for you guys. I'm so angry with this project. I'm not going to name them, though. You know why I'm not going to name them? Because we're not here to do damage to any projects. We're here to showcase good shit. We want only friends in this industry. That's how I live life. And I'm not here to knock anybody else. If you don't have the same ethics as we do, and if you're doing crazy shit, we just want to be involved, but we're not the type of people who are going to break you and showcase you guys. You know who you are. You guys make your own decisions. Okay, so let's talk about cycles. And we spoke about this yesterday. We spoke about this many times, but we also spoke about this yesterday. The crypto market goes through a main cycle, and the main cycle goes Bitcoin, money flows out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, money's flowing out of Ethereum now, and it's going into large caps. That's the crypto narrative. That's what's been happening. And you've seen Sheldon has been able to preempt these cycles brilliantly, and he's told you when to get in at the bottom of the cycle. And that's really the magic of combining fundamentals and technicals on one channel at this caliber. I don't know shit about when to buy a token. I can tell you what token to buy. I don't know when to buy it. But that's why I have this sniper who tells me, who calls up these things, right? And tells you exactly.
Freddie, my man.
You guys are obsessed with this thing.
Oh, brilliant.
We have this. He didn't know he was going to come on. He didn't know he was going to come on. And it's like he's watching porn and we like called on his screen. All right, so that's the narrative. The narrative here is identifying the cycles and then combining fundamentals, technicals to pick the best coins. And that's what we're going to do here today. Right, brother?
100%. Let's do it.
Okay, so now go back and look at your mistress, your trias, and I'll call you back when I'm ready to talk about the actual cycles. Okay, so there's a cycle. The cycle is telling us what? The cycle is telling us that we are going into Bitcoin, Ethereum, large caps, and then alt season. That's what the cycle is telling us, right? But we know we are now moving into large caps, but which large caps are we going to buy? And which small caps are we going to start stocking up on to make sure that we go ahead of the pack? And remember what I said to you. The narrative here is very simple. First, break it up into bubbles. We broke it up into bubbles. Fred, call up the bubbles. Okay, so we know that we're in alt season phase 3. We know that this is when the money is moving into large cap alts, right? We said it's a large cap alt season. And then we broke it down into narratives for you. And the narratives are smart contract blockchains, DeFi, decentralized exchanges, NFTs, Web3, payments, and gaming. That is the narrative of what's going to run in this alt season. What you want to try and do is you want to try and identify the ones that are going to run and when they're going to run. So the easiest way to do that is to identify the ones that haven't run yet and then to find the winners. So Fred, call up that chart again. Let's look at it. We know that in this narrative, the smart contract blockchains are very, very hot already, right? We know that the DEXs are very, very hot. The idea is to see if we can find some entry points there. We know that payments and DeFi are heating up. So is this an opportunity to get into DeFi and payments? We know that Web3 has been it's cold. It's not happening yet. NFTs, they went through a bit of a crypto winter, and gaming hasn't even started yet. So if we can juggle our money across these different narratives and time them perfectly, then we can make more money. And remember, this is about making more money, about making more Bitcoin and making more ETH. And that's what Sheldon's going to talk to us about. So if we can get that narrative right, then we can make more money. Now, let's look at the narrative of smart contract blockchains, because that's the first hot narrative that's happening right now. We are extremely bullish on Ethereum. Everyone knows that. We're extremely bullish on BSC. We're extremely bullish on Solana. We're extremely bullish on Cardano. And we are extremely bullish on Matic. We're less bullish on things like EOS. Even though they've had a great run, long-term, we're less bullish on them. But now we're in a phase that we know that smart contract blockchains are going to explode. And every smart contract blockchain is exploding. Neo exploded, EOS exploded, Tezos exploded. Pick your smart contract blockchain winners. What have we picked? Polkadot, Kusama, Matic, Cardano, Solana, and BSC. You don't have to invest in all of them. Take your ones, pick your narrative. And so what I decided to do was to like really mix the best of technicals and fundamentals and bring in the sniper and category by category, tell us what are the best buys in the category. Now, remember, he spoke about Zilliqa. Zilliqa is also a good one. EOS is not so good, but it is running because the Chinese love EOS and the Chinese market is awakening and they're buying EOS like crazy. So, sniper, in the category of smart contract blockchains, what are the smart contract blockchains that you'd be buying?
Still definitely Cardano, because of the earliness of where we're still catching it, even though we've recently just broken all-time high. Having a look at where we still are, like we've been speaking about the Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I just feel through this year, you know, they still got a way to go with what they got to launch, but where we're actually sitting, I still feel it's got such long legs. And charting wise, you know, we've recently broken, but the thing is, like I did say previously, that we are actually still so early when it comes to the Ethereum and Bitcoin pairs, and that dominance still coming down. So definitely Cardano is a big one. BNB, what is it? BSC, BNB. It's a little bit gone right now, so that one's quite tough, just because it has performed so well against the Bitcoin and Ethereum pair at that point. So right now, I'm still a big Cardano fan. I still think that definitely.
Okay, so your pick when it comes to smart contracts is Cardano right now. If you were to put money in right now, and you thought the narrative of smart contracts is going to be good, you're saying instead of Zilliqa, instead of Solana, instead of Matic, Polygon.
It's still tough. Zol is also a very, very tight one, just because the chart wise. So Cardano and Zol, those are my 50-50.
Fred, write this down. Freddie's writing it down. Remember, today's date, Sheldon said Cardano.
And Zol.
No, you can say one.
Really? They make me decide.
Okay, he's saying Zilliqa, I'm saying Solana. And we'll measure again in a month.
Okay, deal.
Okay, well, make a table, run Sheldon. I say Solana, he says?
Zol, I'll go Zol.
Zilliqa, okay, he's gone with Zilliqa. Guys, he's not sure, man, he's not sure. He doesn't have conviction. All right, I'm gonna get to the next category. You're gonna listen and you're gonna tell us which one we're gonna buy, right? Okay, so the next category, let me see, what should the next category be? Let's talk about DEXs, okay. So DEXs are super hot right now. Today, as you know, Uniswap launched their Uniswap V3. It is genius. Fred, remove the slides so I can show them Uniswap V3. So Uniswap V3 is launched today. The mainnet is live. What Uniswap V3, the main thing that Uniswap V3 does is it makes capital allocation more efficient. And effectively what happens here is there are liquidity providers which bring the liquidity to these decentralized exchanges. And these liquidity providers, up until recently, had all the capital, all the liquidity across any price. And they suffered this thing called impermanent loss. With the new Uniswap V3 launch, the liquidity providers can choose at what range they provide their liquidity. And so, A, the capital becomes much more efficient because they don't have to allocate capital to the whole pool. And B, they suffer much less impermanent loss. Now, Uniswap have gone live with this. Version 2 and version 3 are live at the same time. And when you put through a trade, Uniswap will tell you automatically whether there's a better trade on V2 than on V3, and it will route your trade that way. So this is a huge thing. Taking DEXs for me are the most important component other than smart contract blockchains. DEXs, nothing works unless we have DEXs or what we call AMMs. And the big players in the AMM space are Sushi, Uni, and then the ones on other platforms. So PancakeSwap is a big one. QuickSwap is a big is a big one because that is running on Matic, on Polygon. Now, we told you guys that we found one in the Banter bags called DeFi, DeFi. That one is a cross-chain DEX, which is built on Matic, on Polygon. So you need to start picking your entries. There's also the cross-chain DEXs. So there's AnySwap. DeFi's a cross-chain DEX. AnySwap is a cross-chain DEX. We called AnySwap for you guys at $2. I saw it trading earlier at $10. But Uniswap V3 brought in the whole new narrative for decentralized exchanges. And you've got to have bets in the decentralized exchange space. So Freddie, call up that slide again. If you want to play in decentralized exchanges, you got Bakery Swap, you got Pancake Swap, you got Uniswap, Sushi Swap. Pancake Swap and Bakery Swap are obviously on the BSC chain. Sushi Swap and Uniswap are on Ethereum. QuickSwap is an Ethereum layer 2. AnySwap is a cross-chain DEX. And then DFYN, which, guys, if you can get into that one, get into it as soon as possible. Because for me, anyone in India building on Matic, and these are smart people, and they've already launched one token, which went from 20 cents to $9. If you can get in, you get in. It's a good longer-term punt. When the cycle moves from large cap alts to small cap alts, those are the ones that are actually going to explode. QuickSwap, I told you, I bought it at $1,000. It's trading at $750. It is exploding. If you believe that Matic or Polygon layer 2 on Ethereum is going to explode, and I believe that that's the case, then there isn't an established massive AMM. So let's see what the sniper says. Sniper, when it comes to decentralized exchanges, when you look at the charts, what are the charts telling you?
Sushi, buddy. Sushi is the one we're catching. You know, Uni, a lot of them are gone. They're quite difficult to get entries right now. And I don't see a better chart than this one right now. Sushi is just daily trend break. It's the best scenario we can look out for, especially high time frame. So my bet is Sushi. This is one I've actually bought recently, today. And I think this one is definitely going to explode. So my pick's Sushi.
Okay, so Sniper says Sushi. I'm going to say QuickSwap. Okay, Fred, you're writing this down? Fred says he's writing it down. He's like, he's not writing down shit. I can see in his eyes.
What's our time frame, man?
A month. We said it's a month. It's got to be a month.
Great.
Good. Happy? Would you like to change your mind?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Would you like to call a friend?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Happy with your call? I'm
happy.
He's happy with his call, Fred. We're not changing. Okay, listen, I would have said define. But the problem is it's not listed. So it's like I can't just say, hey, define when you can't buy the token. So it is QuickSwap. For me, it is Sushi Swap for Sheldon. Sushi Swap's also got a V3, which they have launched recently. So, I mean, you know, they have to compete with Uniswap. That's the difference. And I'm hearing myself talk. It must be on Sheldon's side. So let me get Sheldon off the stream. Okay, cool. So that is the next narrative. Freddie, call up the bubbles because I don't actually know the narratives anymore. Okay, so that's smart contracts and that's DEXs. And we've now covered the hot things, like the hot things, right? Now, payments. Big payments narrative. It looks like payments are just about to explode, right? And for me, the three players in the payment space are Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Luna. Right? I actually want to see. I did ask Charlie Lee to come on the show. I wonder if he's responded to my message. Let me quickly have a look here. Is he coming on? Oh, and Roger. Yeah, we actually did ask Roger as well. Let's see. Let's have a look here. Okay, no, he hasn't responded. He said soon. Soon's a man of many words. Let's see if Roger Ver has responded because we want to get them both on the show to come and tell you about adoption on the protocols. Looks like Roger's still asleep because he hasn't looked at his WhatsApp. Okay, so. Well, Fred, what are you doing, bro? This is a serious crypto show. Okay, so let's look at the bubbles. We're on payments. We were on payments. Okay, so let's talk about payments. For me, the clear winner here is Luna because no one else touches Terra or Luna when it comes to payments. And that's because they're not only a payments app through the Chai app, but they're also encouraging many other uses for their payments protocol, for their stablecoin. Or for their multiple stablecoins, because remember they can mint multi-stable coins for different with different collateral, so to speak. So for me, Luna is the big winner. They've also got Anchor Protocol. They've got Mirror Protocol. Anchor Protocol is a DeFi protocol where you can earn 20% on your US dollar investments, which is huge. They've got Mirror Protocol, which allows you to trade synthetic assets. And the best thing about Luna is that if you hold Luna and you hold it in a wallet and you stake it, you start getting these airdrops, these ridiculous, crazy, high-value airdrops in the new protocols that they launch. So every time that they launch a new protocol, Fred's laughing because I got an airdrop the other day, which was bigger than his entire crypto portfolio. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I didn't even know this happened. But as soon as you connect your station wallet to these anchor protocols and mirror protocols, now they're launching some other things. You can see in their Twitter that they're launching some other things. You get these airdrops, and they are massive airdrops, like ridiculous, massive airdrops. So for me, Luna is the biggest winner when it comes to payments. But you can't write off Bitcoin Cash, and you can't write off Litecoin. And so this is going to be interesting because I know that the fundamentals are telling me to buy Luna, but I know the technicals are telling Sheldon BCH or Litecoin. So let's actually get Sheldon back on the stream.
I'm actually going to surprise you, Yaron.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to surprise you. I'm actually, the only reason is because Litecoin and BCH has already shot off ridiculously. So it's the only reason, and this one is just, we're catching a lot earlier than those. I think they're all three, to be honest, I think they're all three going to perform really well in the next month. But chart-wise, and I have to stick to my rules. I can't buy the green. I have to stick to my rules. It will be Luna.
All right, Freddie, call up the bubbles. Let's look at the next category. What is the next category? Remember, guys, you want to win? Have a strategy. Identify the winning narratives, because crypto is all about narratives, and then identify the winners in the narratives, and then try and think to yourself when you should be buying them. What is going to be that catalyst that gets these cold, these Web3s and gamings and things that have gone cold? What's going to make them hot? That's what you're going to be doing, right? All right, so let's look at NFTs, because NFTs are super fun. Let's look at NFTs. Okay. In the category of NFTs, we have Eternity. I see Coach in the waiting room. Coach is here. Coach is in the house. Okay. Shh. We've got Chiliz. We've got Superfarm. We've got Engine. We've got Terra Virtua. There's a lot of others, but you got to be picky about the ones that you choose. So which ones do we choose? Well, for me, NFTs have been in a bit of a crypto winter. Very short crypto winter, but nonetheless a winter. It's like a Miami winter, it's like a half an hour winter, basically. And that's what's been happening here in NFTs. But there are certain protocols that are doing unbelievable things. Now, some of them aren't launched yet. There's a great project, NFTb, not launched yet. Refinable launched. We didn't speak much about them. I think Refinable should actually be on that list. There's another token called Jenny, which is the Uniquely token, which is also launching pretty soon. And that is allowing people to create NFT ETFs, electronically traded funds, like one token where you can package a whole lot of other ones. Now, the big winners for me here. Call up that slide. Call up the slide. Okay, so yes, Fred, we'll talk about Donkey later, bro. Okay, so the big winners for me when it comes to NFTs are, there has to be Eternity. Eternity chain for me has the most licenses. They are starting to announce more and more licenses every single day. Their token release is now absolutely finished. And Coach is nodding here in the background. Let's get him on for a second. Coach,
what's up?
What's up? We've missed you, brother. We've missed you.
I missed you guys too, man. It's been a while. How's everyone doing?
We're glad
So
you're
Eternity,
back.
You saw what happened yesterday?
I saw that they announced more partnerships. I also saw that they're doing token buybacks. They are buying back their own.
You know how much there was just from the first 3 drops alone? $404. $404,000. Sorry, I can't speak. That's a lot of buybacks. They're letting the market maker do it. It's not going to be a huge jump in price right away. But imagine after like 50 drops, how many millions of dollars they're going to buy back and store for 2 years. They're never going to be seeing it for 2 years. So think about the supply is not diminishing. It's not being burned, but put those factors in play and you can only see where it's going. That's why I've been so bullish, even though the price is dumping. I don't care. Long term, no more token releases.
The price wasn't dumping. The price ran from nothing to 50, 60. I don't know what the number was. And when something goes up that quickly, as Sheldon will tell you, it will go up and it will come straight down.
Elevator. Right back down.
Exactly. And what we're seeing with Eternity is, number one, they are signing up the players and the rights and everything else. And I don't know, yesterday's announcement for me was a game changer. To use token drops money to buy back your own token basically says, look, we are so confident in our token, we are going to just buy it back and buy it back and buy it back and buy it back.
Forever, in perpetuity.
Holy moly.
Until there's so many tokens that they bought back, they have to actually let people stake more and do more programs, which is kind of the whole purpose. I think a lot of people will like that. That is not the end of the stuff that Eternity is adding, because I'm adding stuff with them currently. So lots to come. It's just getting started. It's only 2 months old.
You've also got Chiliz. Chiliz launches there. I mean, Chiliz is also doing very, very, very well. They're talking about launching an EFT token, UFC token, right? I don't know if you saw. It's
yeah, I saw that. I saw a couple things though about UFC. The UFC does not really care about the fighters, right? The fighters don't make as much money. So something that might be happening in the background with Eternity is we want to give the players more, right? So, you know, the players or the fighters or the anything, we want to hook them up because they don't usually get much from having a UFC partnership. So we want to make sure that they get taken care of too.
Okay, so let's go into NFTs. I mean, there are more options. You can choose to pick more options. You can only pick one. What is your option?
Ooh. I mean, what are you choosing, Sheldon?
How's that, buddy? I'm going for Chiliz.
You're going for Chiliz?
I'm going for Chiliz. That's great accumulation. Yeah.
Okay. Good call.
I like Chiliz too, but I think Eternity has more room to grow. That's my opinion.
I'm going Eternity.
Yeah.
I'm going Eternity. Coach, let's get you on this list. So we did smart contract blockchains. You can only pick one. It doesn't have to be one of these. You can pick any smart contract blockchain today. What's it going to be?
Out of this list specifically, Polkadot. Okay, I would go Polkadot, but Solana is a very close second. And honestly, we'll see, because Solana is fast and cheap, and I really like the stuff being built.
Pick one, honey pie. Pick one.
Long term, I think Solana could be the one.
1 month.
Oh, in 1 month? Yeah, I'll stay with Polkadot. I'll stick with Polkadot for now.
Okay, so Coach says Polkadot. DEXs. It can be any DEX. It can be a cross-chain DEX. It doesn't have to be on this list. What is your DEX prediction? Which one? One DEX.
Uniswap. Is Uniswap on that list?
Yes. Yeah, it can be any DEX. Okay, great. Your favorite payments token for a month. What is it going to be?
Bitcoin Cash. Actually, no. Sorry. I saw Luna, not Terra Luna. Yes, Luna for sure, by far.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Fred. Fred's in control today, bro. Okay. Cool. Let's look at the next big narrative. The next big narrative for me is what should we do? What should we do first? Call up the bubbles. Let's look at the bubbles first. Okay. We've gone through smart contracts. We've gone through DEXs. We've gone through NFTs. We've gone through payments. Let's look at gaming. So gaming has been quite cold. I mean, yeah, it has launched.
It has.
For me, the gaming token. So gaming for me hasn't even started on the blockchain. We are big fans of things like Alienworlds, TLM. You guys saw them on the show this week. We also had My Neighbor Alice. Very, very cool. I don't know how many of you have heard about crypto prophecies. So I want to talk to you about crypto prophecies for 1 second. This is a game. It's a game where Coach and I can compete against candles. So what is it, the 10-minute candle, or what is it, the 5-minute candle?
Yeah, just any candle, basically. Like you pick one and you're like, I think it's going to do this, and I think it's going to do that. And then basically it's kind of like a game. Who can win?
Who can win? So who can call the candles better? Now, the reason why I think that's a great one is because Animoca Brands, which is the same company that invested in or created the Rev token, they invested in crypto prophecies. I don't know if you guys read that. So for me, gaming is a big narrative. It hasn't been a hot narrative. Like we haven't had this like gaming rush, this gaming mania, right?
Not yet.
So,
yeah, I think it's still to come. Definitely.
It's still to come. I think honestly, you're missing one of them. In Star Atlas on that list, because Star Atlas it's not out yet, but it's built on Solana. Solana has the speed and the microtransactions and I think that's what we're waiting for like the blockchains that actually could sustain having games. There's another one that's coming out that's like super raw. You never would have heard it, called Veil. They're doing VR gaming.
I'm not going to comment on Star Atlas. I'm not going to comment on it. I broke up. I'm not going to comment on them. Let's talk about. I mean, we can add on here, but let's talk about tokens that are listed, because we're talking about things that people should buy. You know, like, and it's very hard to find things that people should buy that they don't have access to. So let's think about, if you wanted to buy a token around gaming, which one would it be? And you guys can decide. Sheldon, what do you think?
TLM, it's Alienworlds. Yeah, chart-wise, looks beautiful. Looks really good. Looking good.
Looks very good.
That's a cup and handle.
BINANCE for free TLM. I have so much because of them. They're the best.
Okay. Wow. Okay, this is a tough one. Coach, which one are you choosing? Gotta be listed.
That's a tough one. I think right now I would go with Alienworlds out of the 5. I think it's the most fun out of the ones that I've seen.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to choose because none of them have really taken off yet. You know, we haven't really seen them. So
well, that's the idea. The idea is to try and get into things,
to choose it,
and then to find a narrative that's going to make gaming explode. Like, what is going to be the narrative that makes NFT gaming explode? And that's what. Yeah. So, sure. Who do I choose? For me, it's between Alienworlds and Crypto Prophecies, because Alienworlds is bigger. It's got 1 million users. It's amazing. Crypto Prophecies is tiny. It's a micro cap.
Yeah.
I put my money into Crypto Prophecies. And the reason is because I think that it could explode because no one has discovered it yet. And that's where I put my money. But again, mine will go longer in the cycle because I'm going later. I'm saying, look, you know, we said it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, major alts, small alts. And now we're in major alt season, and there's still a good major alt season before small alts. I hope that in a month, I will teach you guys a lesson about investing. But yeah, I mean, we'll only know in a month. Eddie, are you writing? Okay.
It's the first time.
Okay.
Are you holding their hand too, Ren?
Am I holding?
Are you holding people's hands too? Are you gonna bring them along?
Yes.
I'm just joking.
The bubbles, boy, the bubbles. Let's have a look at the bubbles. He's trading Trias again. I can see it. I can see it in his eyes. All right. So the next bubble, the next narrative that we've got is Web3. We'll do DeFi last. So Web3 is the narrative around building a decentralized web. And if you want a decentralized web, there are many components in a decentralized web. You got to have decentralized file storage, which is Coin, Storage Coin, Arweave, Filecoin. Arweave technically is actually a decentralized web itself with storage forever. You then have to have decentralized computing power, and there you've got things like Akash and EOS. And I mean, I guess it's quite tough to break this narrative up into, you know, file storage on the one side and computation on the other side. But if you were to pick a winner, if you thought that Web3 decentralized web was going to be a narrative, what's your call for 1 month? And I know this is tough because these are all good. These are all killer. Filecoin's got mass adoption in China. Arweave, for me, is the most exciting token in the whole world because it's the only blockchain that stores things forever. Akash, for me, is a great play in the decentralized computation power. But then again, so is EOS. And EOS has had token releases, and the price has been killed by the token releases. And then there's a whole lot of other plays. I mean, you know, you can. There's so many of these decentralized plays, but these are the ones that I'm looking at certainly. What do you think, Coach?
Depends on what your mindset is. We're looking for a month. I wouldn't go for something that has token releases right now, personally. I think EOS, if you're looking more long-term, would be great. Arweave obviously is there's Argo coming out. I think there's stuff being built on it, and I really like seeing that finally we're seeing a lot more being built on Arweave. So I'm going to go with Arweave just because I think they're a really good blue chip that you should have in your portfolio.
Okay, I love Arweave. Arweave is my favorite token. It's no big surprise.
Yeah.
But I think if you're talking about something that's going to run in a month, then I think it's between Akash and EOS. And I mean, again, I love all of these equally. Just the question is in a month time frame. In a month time frame, EOS is going to have token releases, right?
Let me tell you when. EOS will have a token release. Let me go through my list in a sec. I'll tell you guys in a sec. You guys keep going.
Come on, Coach, bring me that list. can we
I
please have
will.
okay, we're going to share this with the community because the community
I need
needs
to actually turn it into a list that doesn't look so me. Yeah, it's just kind of a little bit hard to see. It's very my way of doing things, I guess. Let's put it that way. All right, let me search for it. iOS.
Sheldon, which one are you buying?
Arweave, buddy. And this is straight. This is why I love TA sometimes, because sometimes it makes your tough decisions quite easy. What looks the best on the chart and what's making sense. And Arweave is making the most sense to me.
Arweave is my favorite token.
Okay, so iOS just had their second token release on the 2nd of the month. So actually, it's probably not a bad thing. That's 50% of all the supply is out right now. So every token release of 25% that comes after will be less of a hit on the market. So iOS actually could have a better month if we're looking at it from when the next token release will be, because you have 3 weeks still.
Best IDO of the year so far. iOS best IDO of the year.
Absolutely.
Look, Arweave, Argo is launching. Argo makes Arweave more usable. Remember that Cold Stack is also launching. Cold Stack is basically the interface which allows you to switch between file storing protocols and actually get the cheapest price. And they're launching on Elio's launchpad. So that one could also do magic. Again, we're not allowed to talk about tokens that haven't launched, but both of them haven't launched. So keep your eyes open for them. That's a great narrative for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at it. There's last one, DeFi. I mean, the problem with DeFi is that DeFi is so big. Within DeFi, lots of things have to run. Like oracles are one, oracles are one, the graph and indexing is another. Lending and borrowing, Aave, synthetics, Mirror protocol, which is all the synthetic assets. So DeFi for me is a very, very, very wide range of things. And so it's very hard to talk about DeFi as DeFi, but let's try. If you were to think of narratives that are going to work in DeFi, Coach, you're a little bit fuzzy. And I don't know if it's because I smoked a joint before the show.
No, I didn't. I wish I did. That would have been more fun.
I did.
Oh, you did. Well, lucky you.
I'm kidding. But I don't know why your camera keeps doing that. It keeps like...
I know, it's weird. Like you buy these expensive 4K cameras and they're supposed to do these auto-focusing and they just don't work. So I'll fix it. Give me 1 sec.
Okay, Chaldino, if I would say to you, what's the best DeFi token that you've got in your arsenal? What? And again, we're talking about a 1 month performance.
Chainlink. It's just, I love Chainlink. I was going to say with the graph because it is looking really good, the chart, but I can't go against Chainlinks just because of the Ethereum and the Bitcoin backing. The charts are just looking amazing. Chainlink.
Coach.
Depends. Again, I go on your mindset. If we're looking at something that really is kind of bottoming out right now as we speak, we'd be looking at something like Unmarshall, because they don't have token releases till I think it's like 2 more months. So if it's bottoming out now, it has a good chance for a growth. And if you just look on the chart, you'll see it. It's like very obvious that it's been holding the level right around $3 and about $3.95 or so. I'll throw up my chart here 1 sec. And that's the beautiful part about looking for these things is we can find these beautiful projects that, yeah, we could be looking at Link. Link's just had a massive move though. So let's look at something that hasn't moved yet over the next month. We just need to break out of this level right here, right around $6.13. We break this level, which you clearly see is rejected many times. We're going to break out and go higher. And it's only been out for a month and it has 4 months of no tokens being unreleased. So if it's bottoming out here, generally the next move is something along the lines of that. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, sure. For me, I mean, I'll tell you the contenders, and I'm looking on my phone because I have a watch list on my phone. So my contenders here are, wow, there's so many good ones. Pickle is a great one. Marshall is unbelievable. What else do I think could really hit it out the park here and that hasn't had a run yet?
Yeah, that's the hard part. It hasn't had a run yet.
The problem is, have they really run?
That's another thing.
I know they have, but I still feel there's a lot in the tank from these coins.
Some of them, especially, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people that are new in the space. Even though we're all overwhelmed.
I think Chainlink and DOT are going to blow people's minds away.
Today, Chainlink Chainlink and Pickle, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with for a month. I think I have to go with Chainlink. I'm going to go with Chainlink.
Yeah.
But I mean, Pickle is good. Pickle I like as well. I mean, look, they're all the big ones. There's Aave, there is Synthetics.
There's Compound.
All right, pick one. I'm going to pick Chainlink. No. I'm going to pick Pickle because I think Chainlink started to run already. Pickle for a month.
Yeah.
Sheldon
From
Chainlink.
Chainlink.
I'm going on Marshall because I think it has the most growth potential for percentages of your portfolio going up. So that's why I'm choosing Marsh.
Okay, so Coach, it's been amazing to see you, my friend. And
I love seeing you guys.
More regular. I think we're going to abandon the prestigious picks, and I'll tell you why. The community complains that they can't get into the picks, and so it's like, I understand. It's almost like you're showing them like a hot girl or a hot guy, and the guy's married. It's like, why are you doing this?
Like bringing sand to the beach. I get it.
We do love Coach. Coach is a crypto banter.
I can give you non-prestigious picks. You know that.
We're gonna add you We're gonna add you back to these kind of shows. That's what we love. Our Coach. It's good to see you. Your energy is amazing. We love you, bro.
That free.
We'll see you again soon.
Get that free token. You know what I'm talking about, Ran?
Still talking about free. Are you still talking about it?
Free anti-lockdown. They donated money to people that actually been affected by lockdown. Actually, we thought it was going to be a meme for everyone. We were just joking, and now they've taken it serious. So check out free. They're actually going to have launchpad projects, and there's going to be actual real launchpad projects, and there's not many people that are in yet. So there's going to be a lot of people who can get in. So check it out, man.
Much love for you, Coach. Much love for you, my man.
Much love, and the chart looks good too. So check.
I mean, Coach is a born shiller. I mean, he will on his deathbed, he will be like lying there with a drug going, beep, beep. Bye, freak.
That's awesome, man.
Doctor, before you do the operation, buy free. Well done, my brother. Much love for you. I can't actually wait. I don't know if we're going to release it tomorrow or release it the next day, but I can't wait for everyone to hear the Sheldon story. The Sniper's story revealed. Listen, Sniper's had it tough. When I found Sniper was in a tough place. I mean, 4 weeks ago when I met Sniper, what I've seen in the last 4 weeks, man, how I've seen this guy who was, I mean, man, I didn't see life in you. We spoke about it. And I remember that night clearly, like you were quiet, you were sitting at the table. And then I said to you, Sheldon, I think there's something here, man. I think we can do this.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Sure.
Yeah, and I mean, when I look at the guy that I met and I look at the guy that I have now, like for me, I've changed lives. I've changed a life. That's the only way. The only way that I can look at it is I've changed someone's life. And the best thing for me is that this guy whose life I've changed is changing other people's lives. And there's nothing better in the world than being able to change someone's life and then watching him be able to change everybody else's life. So for me, meeting you, buddy, has been absolutely rewarding. And tomorrow we'll tell that whole story.
No, I appreciate it. You got me addicted too. Now I'm ready to change the rest. Let's do this.
Let's change lives, my friend. Let's change lives.
Let's do it.
That's exactly what Crypto Banter is about. We're here to change lives. We hope that we are having an impact on your life in some way or another. We don't do this for the money because there's no advertising on our show. We don't have BYBIT referral link to buy now. We may add referral links, but we don't have them now. We do this for you guys. We're building a great brand, and we're doing this for you guys. So if you're still here, give us a like. If you're still here, we've given you a cheat sheet. We've told you that if you want to be a crypto winner, you got to pick the narratives. We've shown you the hot narratives today, the cold narratives, the warm narratives, and then we've dropped you guys tokens in each of the narratives. And tomorrow we'll drop our selection, and then we'll see who chose the wisest, whether it was Run. We should have got Fred. All right, tomorrow we're going to get Fred's calls in each of these things, and we're going to add them to the table, and then we'll see. It's going to be like DeFi, Trias, NFT, Trias. Guys, I love you all. See you tomorrow. Until then, bring home the bacon and trade well, my friends. Oh, tomorrow, Banter. Don't forget, big Banter.
Crypto
Great.
Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listen